Medaka is already so enraged that it does not even affect her and her boobs. Wow, the writing there. So excellent. What a pledge, dude. How you doing? I had Brian write that part because it was like too funny. I couldn't write that. Just not. Oh, this shit cracks me up. So Mr. Medaka is already so enraged that it does not even affect her and her boobs. She screams, "Baka! Ever since you showed your face around here, you've been nothing but a screw-up. I've never had such a horrible day in my life, and it's all your fault. Look what you've done to Sayaka's shop." Yuzora's eyes begin to well up, and her voice crack as she says, "I was just trying my best to help. I'm sorry." Medaka interrupts her and yells, "Shut up! I hate you! You're fired!" Yuzora bursts into tears, sobbing uncontrollably. What's going on? Sayaka enters the scene. So something like that. So like in the script we had Sayaka was more the shop owner, but we decided to have it that they both are like equal owners. So that will be changed to our shop rather than Sayaka's shop. And I feel like the wording, there's a better way to word it. Ever since you showed your face around here, you've been nothing but a screw up. Like just kind of simplify the dialogue like take out sentences or make a more impactful, shorter sentence, probably. So I'm guessing with this page, I'll actually still gotta finish this page. So it starts here, "Baka!" And then she points at her, and then Yuzora's beginning to start crying. So we'll have more of like a shot, like a not quite full on crying yet. But I kind of tried to have like a head down gesture, like kind of like slumped over, like bummed out. What? Don't be subscribing. Oh my gosh. That is no. Stop it. That's too nice. What are you doing? It's not fair. The true passion should be in the manga. Because I swear this next chapter is gonna be the shit. I had my buddy came over and gave me some like critiques and stuff. And we've come to the conclusion it just needs more kind of gags, because it's a goofy, dumb manga, but there's no like obnoxious or ridiculous gags. There's just, it's more like obnoxious, ridiculous stuff happening, but it's not really a gag. I don't know if that makes any sense. So I added in like a parody of like you know how Zoro raises, I know you're not a One Piece fan, but Zoro raises his sword in the air and he's like, "I'll never lose again." So I kind of did a parody of that scene. I can't find it, but But I think it's kind of funny because it's like the manga's already really stupid, but if we add some like referential humor and like there's some Easter eggy stuff in the manga, but there's nothing that's just a straight up parody. Maybe just chop that into maybe just take out that sentence and keep the I've never had such a horrible day in my life, and it's all your fault, you're a total screw up, or something like that. I've never had such a horrible day in my life. The good thing about just doing this is like you take it slow and you kind of, and then just things come to you like, oh, I could do this and it'll improve this whole thing. See, but we got two like arms reaching like in back-to-back panels. I don't know if that will be a legitimate way of doing it. So how was your day, Ledge? You do anything fun? You didn't have to work. You mentioned you work at a gas station, right? Have you ever had these, what are they called? Maiji, they're like those Japanese kind of yellow fudge. And that one is all crumpled up. They look like that. These are like kind of old. They're from Japan, but I've seen them around a lot more at like convenience and gas stations and stuff. In my entire life. Oh, this is so dramatic. And Yuzora, she's all she ever wanted was for Mangaka to like her, but now she's getting fired. Oh, I feel a sneeze. This live streaming isn't quite as awesome because I feel like I can't mute my sneezes or anything. Chinese coworkers that brings it. Oh, I kind of want to dig this thing out of the trash. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. My roommate that gave me. Okay, just don't mind the inside of the can. It's kind of gross. My roommate that gave me the Maiji snack. She also gave me this. Yeah, do not look on the inside of that can. That's so gross. Okinawa Brown 8 Treasure Deluxe Kanji with brown sugar. It's literally just like beans, like a variety of different beans in like a sugar water. And I was like, there's no way this is gonna be good. Yeah, it's literally just beans in a sugar kind of. And it comes with a little fold out, like the top is plastic. And it comes out with this cool little fold out spoon. It's like teak teak. And it's like a nice sized spoon that you can dip down to the bottom of the can. And it tastes good. I was like way caught off guard because it's brown sugar beans in a can. I was like, this is gonna suck ass. There's no way. And it was actually not too shabby. The thing was, it was not really sugary. It was like not super sweet. Like an American version of that would be like just disgusting because it tastes like pure high fructose syrup. But yeah, that kanji was not bad at all. It exceeded all expectations, that's for sure. It's not like it was like the most delicious thing I ever ate, but it was a good little snack. I've had such a horrible day in my entire life. Aged egg though, dude. What the heck? Aged egg. So I guess would it be an egg that's kind of like pickled? A pickled egg? Mr. McSnappy, no! Maybe she should say no, Mr. McSnappy. So how to create the drama on the page. Because this is a dramatic scene. Full of so like the end of this scene is so she fired, I hate you, you're fired, and then Sayaka kind of comes into the scene. What's going on? Sayaka enters the scene, maybe on a hoverboard, maybe not, because emotion is the most important part of the scene. Mangaka runs to Sayaka. Oh my god, Sayaka, you're finally here. Sayaka says, I've never been so disappointed. This is all as their shop is like burning down in the background. And then Sayaka turns to Mangaka. Treating our new employee that way is not acceptable. Mangaka is shocked that she is the one being lectured. Sayaka raised her voice. I heard what you said to Yuzora, and I'm completely disgusted. Mangaka fumbles her words. But Yuzora... Yuzora steps in, wiping her tears. Mangaka is right. It's all my fault. Since I destroyed your shop, I guess I'm not cut out for working for you. Shut up! Exclaims Sayaka. I don't give a damn about the shop as long as my employees keep their heads high and try their best. This is so fucking dumb. This is so stupid. She gently lifts her chin up and looks into Yuzora's eyes. You did try your best, didn't you, Yuzora? Choked up, Yuzora nods her head as the tears roll down. Well, Sayaka says, as she wraps her arms around Yuzora, giving her an emotional hug. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm trying to set it up to be like the obnoxious, like main character who's like, your feelings matter more than any type of little sensibility or any type of, I don't know, just it's Sayaka cares more about Yuzora's feelings than her best friend who just had to deal with Yuzora's stupidity destroying the shop. So it's supposed to be super melodramatic and dumb, but it's also gotta be like some sort of adjustments here. Honestly, I don't have any ideas what to change in this script. Oh yeah, but also Sayaka is rolling up on her horse friend who's on rollerblades. So that's a totally changed thing. So somehow I have to make Hinata exit the stage, I'm pretty sure. Because they were both, yeah, that was a change that is not in the script. So I think all this could happen while Sayaka is riding her horse friend. It might add for just a little bit more, like, what the hell is going on here? And then Hinata can just kind of like butt in sometime during this and be like, you know what, I'm gonna give you guys some space because this seems pretty dramatic, or something cheesy like that. What's going on here? And then Madaka's like, oh my god, Sayaka, you're finally here. What up, Bolts, dude? How you doing, man? Get it, Ledge. Get some drawing done. I'm doing storyboarding. So I'm trying to figure out. We're going from this. I finally got over that hump that I've been talking about where I was just kind of stuck. But we got about half the storyboards done for chapter 5. And now that I got through that new scene, I feel like I'll be able to finish these in a week or two. But it starts off with a cool skate scene, and then they almost run into a semi. And then Sayaka gets ice cream on her boobs. And then she has like she kind of makes a vow to keep her boobs cream free. And then the scene change back to the destroyed, burned down shop. People are like on fire, like crawling through the broken, busted windows. And then this is kind of the scene I was stuck on forever. Where the Foxfire Flame Ninja reveals herself to actually be the international investor from Tokyo, and says that she's not going to invest in the shop because she heard Madaka call Yuzora an idiot. And then she kind of does a little bit of exposition about how she's a righteous businesswoman. And that one day she hopes to shake her hands. And then Madaka's kind of having a mental like thing where she's like, shit, did I we really just lost the best deal, the greatest opportunity of our lives, all because I called Yuzora a baka? And then she kind of justifies it because she still didn't learn her lesson about being nice. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense when I just kind of synopsis it, but then Yuzora comes flying out the window with Mr. McSnappy and Molly in her arms. Mr. McSnappy gets flung into the air. Madaka's like, oh shit. And then Mr. McSnappy latches onto Madaka's butt. She lets out a "Aye!" And then she throws Mr. McSnappy into the air. Tom, you stop it. Stop it. Oh no. I'm self-conscious about my fingers, Tom. Why you gotta bring that up? My lanky man fingers. Alright, just get it out of your guys' systems. Just call my lankiness. I'm pretty lanky over here. The camera. so funny. Like, why you gotta do that? Why you gotta be like that? I've never had such a horrible day. So she flings Mr. McSnappy into the sky, and it does like that classic anime little star disappear. Zora's like, no, Mr. McSnappy. And then Medaka turns to her, oh, Baka, I've never had such a horrible day in my entire life. And then so basically the next few panels will be Medaka kind of degrading Yuzora and firing her. Oh no. My voice too? Oh, cool. I'm gonna commit to like kind of, if I don't get these 2 pages storyboarded out, I'll do like placeholders, but I'm gonna finish this storyboard page. Fuck, it's almost 1 a.m. I can't be making excuses. Zora will be like, I was just trying to my best to help. So yeah, we'll start with the beginning and the end, and then fill in the gaps. So this page will end with Medaka saying, maybe like screaming at the sky a little bit, because she's so pissed off because she lost the big business deal, and she just had to deal with Yuzora's stupidity all day. And there's also another twist in the plot. Medaka's grandpa is not doing so well, so that's a relatable sorrow. But that won't be revealed till the next scene. So she's like, shut up. And then the "you're fired" would be like a big,
This is for you.
big caps. You're fired. I feel like this chapter, I don't know, it's kind of hard because I thought the first 4 chapters were really good, but I feel like this one's gonna be even better.
For scaring those things away.
Really good as the dumbest, one of the dumbest things ever created. It does its job. Trying to rizz me up with this hand compliments. Oh shit. You guys are out of control. Alright, I'm gonna just pretend like it's easy. My brain can like just do this. Because this one came pretty easy. It's just like a couple little actions. And it's quite a bit different. Like just the fact that this is a 3-panel page. There's very few. Like most of my pages are pretty busy. Like these introduction pages, I mean, they got the characters' introduction, so it makes sense that those would be kind of 3-panel pages. Other than that, it's like pretty much busy the whole way through, just besides character introductions. But this is like just an action page with just 3 big panels. So I hope it still feels cohesive, but I just noticed like most manga, like I feel like busy pages like we have was more common like in the night, like in older manga, but nowadays I think they got a lower panel count than they used to. And it'll just be way easier, like figuring out the composition and like what's happening in 3 panels versus a lot of the paneling on the first 4 chapters had like seven panels for a page. So that's doing twice as much work. Figuring stuff out. It's still a similar amount of drawing because you just kind of have to fill in more details, but the planning and the composition does take a ton of time. My mom bought some strawberry milkshake frosted flake cereal. That sounds good. Frosted Flakes are one of my go-tos. If I'm having like a sugar cereal, I pretty much like all the cereals. It's like the best snack ever. Never had such a horrible day in my life. Yeah, we could start it out with something like maybe she brings Sayaka into it and says, I can't believe Sayaka hired such a screw up. So since this page doesn't have really any background stuff, gotta have like a bigger panel that's kind of shows the scene. Posture would a like fuming person have? Like something like kind of maybe arms out. Yeah, that makes more sense. Kind of like arms. There's already like 4 panels of the building burning down. So that kind of would suck. Don't try so hard with storyboarding. Well, yeah, it's just like a rough draft, but you gotta get down the story, like, you gotta get down like what you're gonna show and what the story is. Like I was just going on about how I always tell people that if they're beginning in comics, they should just do their storyboards pretty seriously and like actually draw and get used to drawing their characters and kind of fleshing out the images and the background, just because I feel like it's good practice for people who don't draw backgrounds to kind of get your mind in into perspective and a low stakes like drawing that does have proper perspective. I feel like I gained a lot of skills when I storyboarded the first 4 chapters. I kind of learned how to draw as I went. So some of them are really basic, but like when it came to like backgrounds and shots where I needed a certain camera angle, I used it as an opportunity to practice. Like this was one of the hardest. Like I redrew this panel like 5 or 6 times because she's like peeking at her through the mirror. So just like, I feel like it's important to get in practice if you want to make it the best product. But I'm kind of like past that now that I am confident that I can make a chapter of manga. Now I can go kind of more professional where it's just scribbles and it's just planning rather than any type of drawing practice. Night Ledge, dude. Oh wait, Tom is going to bed. Night, Tom. Have a sweet dream. Oh yeah, we got the script right here. That was the first step we did when we were like I went back and I looked for some of the other like initial planning stuff for a manga, because I think the whole process is kind of cool and interesting. I don't know if you guys would, but like it starts out with just brainstorming and kind of thinking about your characters and coming up with who's your cool, confident character, who's your characters, all like the kind of tropey character traits that they have in most storytelling, because you don't want any characters to be kind of the same as each other. So you kind of, and then from that you do like just a plot point timeline. So the dramatic stuff and the major conflicts, and you have like just like a timeline with major plot points, and then you write the script based off of that simplified timeline, and you try to make each of those plot points happen in an interesting way or an exciting way. So then you got your script, and then you can storyboard. So it's like there's so much planning before you even have you can't just like start writing a story if you haven't thought about the characters or what your character goals are or anything. What happened? Yeah, sorry, that was a failure streamer moment for me. I was talking to my roommate, and I hate to try to blame my own, like, I hate to try to shift the blame, but she's kind of a talker. She was talking about her job and stuff, and I'm not gonna be like, I like to be honest and upfront, but I don't want to be like, I'm not too interested in what's going on with your work. Sorry, Olivia. Peace. But if I were more like upfront, I'd have been like, oh, I actually got a stream going right now, and I'm leaving all my homies hanging. And I could have just been more take control of the situation type of fellow. because it's like if somebody wants to talk to you and kind of let you know what's up with them, like you should feel grateful for that rather than. But I'm not gonna lie, like in my mind, I was like, okay, this conversation's going on way too long. I was like, kept glancing at the clock and I was like, oh shit. Okay, I know what. It's fine because maybe we'll have the characters take up a little bit more screen here, and then that way I can just do like the corner of the burning building right here. So it's still kind of an establishing shot, like showing their location, but it's not making me redraw something that I already drew. So we have a big panel where this is like the big panel where this is the whole shop burning down, and there's like a bunch of like people who got smoked. And she's just kind of watching the building burn down. Yeah, because I noticed a lot in like in Girls Bravo specifically, he's like a slacker on the backgrounds. Like, no, but I mean, there's backgrounds, but they're like, he's not drawing a whole building. He's doing kind of what I'm doing here. Like for the establishing shot, it's just the corner of the building, and then a very like simplified building behind that. Yeah, like for this establishing shot, it's the same thing. It's just like you got to be smart if you're on deadlines and you're like nobody notices. Like it gets the point across. They're in a building and they just show like. So try to implement more of that, because I definitely dug myself a hole with overdoing backgrounds and stuff in the first couple chapters. But like if you look at like One Piece, they're not slacking on the backgrounds because the world is its own character in One Piece and stuff. Yeah, there's if you really pay attention to the shortcuts and stuff that they take, it's honestly, especially in this one particularly, I notice it like in a real ecchi manga where like sexiness and the drawings are like this is like 20 some years old, so like the quality increases every year with what's out there. But yeah, it's definitely when you're on a deadline and you don't notice, if you're just casually reading it, you're not going to notice that shortcuts were taken. Like say for instance, like someone's getting punched out or beat up or something, sometimes they'll just have a panel where it's like just the sound effect. No, that's gotta be something more advanced than that. But like, look, I would never think to do just a panel that's just like a transition with just a yell. Here's another one where it's just a black panel, so I'm too lazy to kind of figure out the context of the story for those. like there's one where like the school gets blown up or something. So we're getting into risky territory. Risky territory with this. Okay, that's enough of that. Oh shit, you guys are typing stuff. Let me catch up. Yeah, bolts. Because with your style, I like how you include backgrounds in pretty much every panel, and I kind of praise that kind of stuff because I think it's way cooler to. Because like One Piece, look, there's compared to what we were just looking at. I mean, even like just that, there's like more background. Restaurant. So yeah, like One Piece will never do that. The rule of thumb for me, Bolts, if you want to know my opinion on what I think would help you a bit, is have what I try to do is have just one panel per page, unless. Just one panel per page be like kind of establishing a shot, like just making sure all your character locations are kind of shown in the environment, and then from there everybody knows where everyone is, so you don't really need, unless like there's lots of movement and stuff happening. But in like most manga, when dudes go flying or something, it's just action lines instead of including background. But yeah, I have this out right now because we're doing a parody of this scene. So Sayaka holds an ice cream cone up in the air instead of a sword, and then makes a profound vow about her cleavage. It's a very, very emotional and heartfelt scene. Okay, that is a good point, Bolts. If you're going for a contest. Vanish the body to show the face. I kind of don't know what you mean by that, Ledge. So good at establishing a focus point. Like the body kind of like fades out or something. Yeah, I need to think more about focus point, because if I don't know what you're talking about, I'm missing a piece of knowledge that I could use. What up, K&A? Yeah, we're working on storyboards for the 5th chapter of our manga. So we got the script right here, but some changes have been made to the story. So Sayaka might have pulled up on a hoverboard, but instead she's pulling up on a horse with rollerblades. A big boob horse lady that's wearing rollerblades. But this is an intense and emotional scene where Yuzora gets fired.
finish and scribble the body. I still have a hard time. Maybe ledge if just keep that thought in mind, and if you're reading manhwa and you find an example, throw it up in the Discord one day, so I can get a better feeling. Because I imagine it's like a focal point, like in just like regular painting, where you can kind of have a faded off, like as long as the eyes and the face and the focal point of the painting is solid, everything else can be a lot more impressionistic, kind of not detailed, and you really won't notice it unless you like look at it. So I'm guessing you're talking about like the manga version of that, where the pin work and the line work is just kind of really hazy compared to the focal point. That's got to be what you're talking about. Alright, so you got the start of the page and the end of the page. Yeah, I was thinking she could say something like, so she's starting to tear up. She's like, no. And then Madaka's just kind of yelling. What in the hell would Sayaka... Wait, why in the hell would Sayaka ever hire such a screw up? It's just chaos over here on the table. Yeah, I forgot, because it's been almost 2 years since I storyboarded, so I had forgotten how involved and how much time it takes. But I'm committed to getting these 2 pages, at least like the first version of them, done tonight. Even if I just have to like follow the script and then look at something I don't really like and then just kind of redo it from there. Because that's kind of been the last 3 or 4 pages I storyboarded, I had to go in and rework them a couple times. Sorry about those ads, K&A. I was agreeing with you about how the storyboards are a lot more time consuming than I recalled. So in the script, there's not really like... There's not really like 3 panels worth of stuff going on between these. have a close-up on Yuzora's eyes, like... I'm beginning to really start crying. I feel like her head's got to be kind of down for the gesture. She's gonna say shut up and cut her off before Yuzora gets to say that she's sorry, because that can kind of be one of the threads that Yuzora wants to tie up in this situation, is because she tried to apologize to Medaka earlier in chapter 4, I'm pretty sure, and she gets interrupted by an explosion. And then she can try to apologize again here and then get interrupted by just being told to shut up. So then later down the line, she can tell Sayaka that she just wanted to say sorry to poor Medaka. She never got the opportunity. That'll be kind of like one of those things you won't really notice unless you're paying attention, that she didn't get to say sorry. Gotta respect weekly release, holy shit. It's like a million times crazier to me thinking about how that's possible. After trying to do it myself. Wait, what? I want to do a weekly release, but I gotta use my monthly submissions wisely? I think you could release 2 in the same month. I guess no, because then if there's a killer manga that month, you're definitely gonna lose out on all your chapters. Yeah, Boltz knows how the Manga Plus Awards works. Like, it's smarter to just release 1 chapter a month. So now I feel like I'm going in the opposite direction. Rather than having pages that are too busy, now I'm having pages that are like almost too simple. Why in the hell would Sayaka ever hire such a screw up? Then it shows her like really sad crying, and she says, her voice cracks. How could you show a voice cracking? Because the stutter is pretty pretty common. Like for a nervous or sad character, kind of stuttering makes sense. But I wonder if there's a technique you could use for like a voice cracking. Okay, maybe she's always kind of looking down. And then she can only muster up the confidence to make eye contact during her attempt to apologize. So in the last like 5 panels, she'll be looking at the ground, and then she'll finally look up at Medaka to say, "I'm sorry." But then she gets cut off and she says, "I'm sorry." Trying to think about like the taking advantage of the visual storytelling and the body language and stuff. Kind of makes sense, but it's also like pretty simple and basic stuff. I feel like if you know what you're doing. Oh frick! We got snow up in the house. Thanks for stopping in, show. I see hands. Oh no! Don't bring up my hands. I'm self-conscious about my lanky fingers. Don't talk about my hands. I'm self-conscious about my lankiness. Tom kills me. He always has the funniest comment of the freaking stream. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But Tom said always brings up my fingers. He said I like your fingers. He had me dying because it's just so funny. I like your fingers. And he tries to make up for it by being like, and your voice too. But I know he's just teasing me. Well, I don't know if you know, Tom is a proud gay man, and he's my favorite homie that comes through the streams too. So I will be an ally to any weird gay stuff that Tom says, because I totally love it. But it's not even like weird, it's just straight up awesome to me. Yeah. Stop it, Ledge. You think he's just teasing. Well, we're both lanky, tall guys, so. All right, I can accept this. The thing is, it's very like it's stark in contrast compared to like, see how there's only 4 speech bubbles here? Like any other. All the old pages are a lot more busy. But I feel like that's okay, because you're trying to have a lot of setup and stuff, and then in later chapters you can kind of spread stuff out more. I'm just trying to justify what I'm doing here. There's no reasoning behind what I say. But yeah, I think this is fine. And then hopefully I figure out ways to improve it. But yeah, Yuzora down in the dumps. She's not having a good time. Okay. That's acceptable. And then we move to actually, this page is going to be a lot harder. Okay, so this is actually where... Oh shit. Shut up. I hate oh, that's intense. Hate is a strong word, but I think Mangaka actually says it here. I hate you. Oh gosh. And that's like that just wounds poor Yuzora's little heart, because all she ever wanted was to be accepted by Mangaka, because she's so cool. Okay, what are you guys talking about? I gotta be creeping on your chat a little bit. Poor Tom getting friend zoned. Oh gosh. Stop it. Oh, so Arabic and Japanese. Korean reads right to left too. I wonder what reads I wonder what other nationalities read right to left, because I thought it was just maybe Japanese and Chinese. I never thought of like what other nationalities would also read like that. I want to I don't think Snow is very familiar with our manga, so I want to show him something real quick. But yeah, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson said that Sayaka's secret showed him the true meaning of life. So it's like for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to support our manga by saying such a good thing, it's pretty sweet. Wait, isn't Ara? No, you're insane. We need digital art from you. I can barely see the drawing. Oh yeah, I can zoom it in a little. Yeah, this is storyboarding, so it's kind of like not an art focused stream at all. It's kind of more me trying to figure out the story and how to plan out the panels. Let's see if this works. Ebooks for manga. Yeah, they got like Manga Plus is, I don't know what an ebook is actually. Just a digital lighter. I'll burn my phone right now. You think I'm scared? You think I'm scared to just put this flame against the camera? Let's see, the first guy who's got the balls to put a flame on his camera lens. Let's see if this is gonna ruin my iPhone. Oh, I did it. I did it. Does my stream still work? See, I'm basically like fearless over here. I'm basically like Goku.
No, I was slightly afraid, but let's see. I think it's all right. Shit, I'm scared. Like fucks up your fucks up your camera. Yeah, that was probably not the best idea. But considering you can leave your iPhone in the car and let it like bake out, and then it does like that overheating shutdown mode or whatever. Alright, okay, this is gonna work. So then we got Yuzora. What's like a... See, I'll probably look up some reference. Like we want super hardcore breakdown, like a really sad cry. So in chapter 1, this is like Yuzora's cry of happiness. So we need something more extreme than that. So you can see the happy cry. If anyone in the next like 4 seconds can tell me what's wrong with that drawing, you get a cookie. Oh, is my her jaw is out of sight. Wait, what? Is there multiple mistakes? That's like her jaw right there. It definitely doesn't make sense because her like mouth is going off of her face. But I think the main mistake, I mean, there's a gajillion in there. One eye has a hatching, and then the other one, I remember doing that mistake. I was like, forgot to use hatching on one of the eyes, so one of them looks all muddy. But there's no eyebrows. That's a mistake. And before I printed these out, I went through it, like the amount of little fix-ups, and especially for the text, fixing all the grammar mistakes. Wait, what? Oh, Ledge, don't be so nice. Quit being so nice. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's such a stupid, like, goofy manga, but if there's one thing I could say is that I tried my best on it, and that was, that felt good to do, like, just really take the time to make every single page the best I could. Like, I cut corners a lot, kind of where necessary, like, because you could just redraw stuff infinitely. But yeah, I did not, like 2 years ago, I was nowhere even close to being able to draw. That's why I love pulling out the initial, like the first couple practice pages I did, or the early character sketches, just to show how vastly different my drawing skills were at the beginning of all this. Yeah, and that's I highly suggest just doing something, like finding something to just like focus your energy towards, because it was totally worth it.
but it was also kind of like torture and like way more difficult than you'd expect. But just to imagine, like, maybe chapter 5 comes a bit easier, and then chapter 6 comes a bit easier, and like just to think about that is almost all the motivation you need. But these storyboards for chapter 5 have been, you guys have heard me complain on stream how I just was totally stumped and stuck for a long ass time. Hey, thanks, Bolts, dude. I appreciate that. Yeah, it kind of just comes from my stubbornness. Like, I thought of the idea and I'm like, I'm gonna do it, even if it's a bad mistake. Now I got, and then everything like kind of works out in the end. But, shit, I'm rambling too much. But thank you guys for the kind words. That makes me happy, yeah. You need the name of the manga? It's Sayaka's Secret. This is the... Here's the other version. I went and got... This was one of the... So one of the coolest things that happened with this whole process was I got these proofs in the mail from Mixem, and they're like super good. Their like customer service was great. But the proofs, where the frick is the other copy? Just went and grabbed it. Oh, it's right here. So like this was the proofs, and then this is like the final version. It's got the barcode for macaroni and cheese on there. I just like jacked it off the internet. But they had used a different printer, so the proofs were really crispy. Like the lines were like perfectly crispy. And then I ordered 100 copies, and you can probably tell on the camera, like just how this one is a little bit, like the lines just aren't quite as crispy. So I complained. I was like, I just sent in some pictures. It was like, the final copies aren't quite as like crispy as the proofs, but it worked out in a way where actually the screen tones look a little bit better on the non-crispy version. But yeah, they sent me 100 free copies because I just was like, yeah, they're not quite the same as the proofs. And they're just like, the lady was just like, oh, well, we printed it on a different printer. Let me, I will like, she said something like, all hands on, make sure they print it on the right printer this time. So I got like 100 free copies of the book, which was really cool. So like, say if we can sell all the extra 100 books, that's like way more profit. Yeah, I was like super happy when that happened. Because each book would have been $5 to print, which is kind of steep for like, because it was all so we could sell them at the convention and just like have a fun time. But like when you're making prints of art, it's like, you know, 50 cents, $1 to like $1 cost per print you're selling. So I don't know, my mind is like toast. I can't even think. But yeah, instead of $5 a piece to print the books, it's only $2.50 a piece to print the books, because the quality variation really wasn't much at all, so it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, let me throw the links in here for you real quick, Snow. I should just have the links on my stream, right? I don't know why I don't have that yet. So I do have it paywalled though, Snow, unfortunately, sorry. But like you can read half the book. I want it to be on Manga Plus, but they took it off Manga Plus for sexual content. We were actually in the top. We might have made top 3 if we didn't get kicked off Manga Plus for sexual content. Oh yeah, and don't be tempted to ever support me or anything, guys. Just you guys hanging out with me is all I could ever ask for. It is Blueberry Mania after all. But it's also like when you read the manga, you will be a little bit disappointed in me. Like even Tom was like, I'm not sure about that shit, dude. Tom was like, even that scene, I even read that scene. So, just a fair little warning for you. See, I thought, no, it is obnoxiously bad on a few parts. I don't think I have, I don't have Streamlabs running. Usually there's like little advertisements that throw up these links. But since I'm going off the phone, I don't have Streamlabs running. But it is Blueberry Mania, one of the greatest promotions of all time. Alright, so Yuzora hysterically crying, sad. That's a good way to do that. I feel like I want to look up a reference real quick. Hysterical Snow, do not be buying stuff from the poodle shop. That is a foolish move. You better not have done it. Hysterical crying. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to do placeholder panels. You don't. No, I do like support. I'm not gonna lie, but I do feel kind of bad slinging some degenerate content. Okay, we'll just have Yuzora like. or something, like, ah. There's something about the energy of like sketches too. Like sometimes you can nail down a really good like energy in a crappy little thumbnail sketch, and then you sit there trying to draw the real drawing for like hours, and you cannot get the same feel from like a fleshed out drawing as like just like a more symbolic style drawing for some reason. Because the less it's emoted, like the more it's based in reality. So that's why like I feel like they have, you know how anime has a lot of those like really like symbolic emotive kind of, you know, expressions where it's just like eyes that are like a circle, or like, you know, like the chibi kind of symbol type stuff. Just seems to get the point across better. Alright, so Yuzora is hysterically crying. This is my entire life. Why in the hell would Sayaka ever hire such a screw up? And then she's like kind of sobbing maybe a little bit. I was just trying my best to help. I'm so sorry. So she gets cut off trying to say sorry. And then this is not good, but we'll just leave it. This is just a total mess. Do like we were just looking at in that Girls Bravo, maybe like just action line, and then what is going on here? Shit, that's kind of one of Madaka's like. Madaka says, "What the hell is going on here?" like 3 times. But now Sayaka's saying it. What is going on here? Oh, sorry, I missed your questions. No, the manga is $15, but it's pretty expensive if you buy it through Venmo. It's only $15. No, I think Snow is the one who inspired me to set up the commands. But since I don't have Streamlabs open right now, it's not doing the bot chat thing. But I think the commands still work. I'm pretty new to this. Yeah, thank you, Snow. It's cool having that set up. I still need to set up the Discord one. I don't think I got that yet. Let me double check. Okay, yeah, we got the Discord server set up. Yeah, thanks for drawing though with me. That's one of the things I like to put out there. It's like, you guys don't be just hanging out in the stream. Make sure you're being productive and drawing with me. Because we're all about, you know, making right moves for our future rather than just watching anime and playing video games. That's kind of one of my, because I want to work really hard, get some, because I spent 15 years watching anime and playing video games, so that's kind of like one of the things I like try to motivate people and say, hey, don't make the same mistakes as Poodle. Oh, it's an invalid link. Dang it. I'll have to fix that. Make a little note. Fix Discord link. Oh, see, Streamlabs is working. The link just popped up. Oh, thank you, Ledge. Yeah, it'll be fun to get the Discord more poppin'. Share some more stuff in there. Kind of want to share like old art, or I don't know, make it like kind of an archive type thing. Okay. So this is gonna be something to think about, because we gotta have like reaction of Madaka seeing. Do we need to have reactions? Turn down the music a little. Best way we can show. I mean, we got to take advantage of probably just the order the script does it. So Sayaka pulls up on the horse. And then I think, yeah, kind of like from the back side of the horse. This would be harder to think of than I thought. Because I feel like she should kind of pull up from, so say the two characters were kind of having their emotional kind of, and then Sayaka would kind of pull up behind and like catch the back end of Medaka saying this stuff to Yuzora, and so she can be like, I heard what you said to Yuzora, and I'm extremely disappointed in you. Oh, I know, maybe it could be kind of like, the two characters, like Yuzora's over here kind of crying, like her hands in her face in her hands maybe, and then Medaka's facing her but like shocked, kind of turning around. See, the thing is, it doesn't work that good because Hinata is like a giant horse lady who would be taking up too much of the frame. But I feel like having that little bit of a, like Medaka, like we could even have this speech bubble kind of go down to where Sayaka's at, just so it's completely clear that she's the one saying what's going on here. And then like it just kind of catches Medaka's like turn around to see Sayaka. Alright, so we'll have the horse lady's like butt and tail right here. And then Sayaka's riding her. So this would be the horse lady. Since she's turning, she could have her hand like on the back of the horse's butt kind of thing. this will work, but is it the best way to do it is the thing. Like there's oh, sorry, I'm not paying attention to chat. I've been thinking about it for a while. I have several themes in mind, but don't really know how to approach them. Well, that's the thing, like, if you're thinking about themes and stuff and you're interested in it, I mean, you can't deny the fact that you've got a story within you, Ledge. And it'll be awesome to kind of play around with it and just think about it more and flesh it out, see what happens. But it's like I was saying, you want to just brain fart all over the brainstorm is the better word. But actually just like I don't think you've seen just try to find some of our brainstorming pages real quick. Yeah, but K&A's onto something. If you have like a big scene, so these are like characters that never even came to fruition. So I mean, this is just like how sloppy. These are like the first couple pages. Like it was just kind of throw everything that we're thinking of just out onto the page. And the jumping off point was kind of, Brian was like, he wants a kind of sounds weird to say it, so I'll just kind of like gloss over that part, but it's he wanted a mix of Monster Musume and citrus. So that was kind of our jumping off point. So like this two manga that he likes, two anime that he likes. Kind of what would it be if we made our own version of that, but with a bit of a heavy kind of twist or influence from like what we'd want to do. So you like kind of take two things that you really like and mash them together. That's like the easiest jumping off point way to just start it. And then you go through and reread those two IPs that you really like, and then you kind of get a feel for like, okay, how could I make my own version of these two things mashed together? And it's not like you're copying at all, because in the end, your story just deviates from whatever you're taking inspiration from and really just becomes your own thing. So I just feel like that's a really good starting off point. Like, what are two IPs that you really like and you'd love to like mash them together and create your own version of a thing? And then so we kind of brainstormed the characters, just thought about the characters' looks, and this came a lot later in the process, but those were like just me copying different expressions, trying to get like the design down. This Kyoko came a lot later too. Yeah, I don't really have the super early pages, but just like a lot of research, like that was just watching some mangaka on YouTube talk about different tropes, just kind of taking notes on that. And there's some like more notes. These aren't really the pages I had in mind, but this was kind of like a fun little brainstorm session, like, because the ladies in our manga are based off of us, so it's like Medaka's kind of based off me, so she would like, her likes would be just similar to mine, and then Sayaka is based off Brian, so like they're like, these characters' favorite music and video games would be like the same as ours in real life. So that kind of makes it a little easier to write, having a character that you feel like you can put yourself into a little bit. Even though it's kind of ridiculous to like play pretend like as a grown-ass man. Like, yeah, I'm like this character in our manga. But it makes it kind of fun. But this was like, okay, they got a sweet lingerie shop. What does the block look like? So we just wrote down the neighboring stores and like kind of just planning out the city, like kind of making it a fantasy, like, oh, if we had a lingerie shop in the middle of the city, it'd be the coolest thing ever, but it'd be even cooler if we had all our favorite stores on the same block. So we got like a manga bookstore cafe right next door, and I don't know why, an electronic Apple. I think Brian's really into Apple, so he wanted an Apple store right across the street. McDonald's, karaoke bar, like a skate shop right across the street. So just kind of like having fun, like making it a fantasy type thing. I'm just kind of rambling now because I didn't pull out any stuff that really... But yeah, for to start out, there's just a lot of brainstorming. You could do Ledge and make it like a character-based thing, like base your character off of your ideals, like your crazy like ideal version of yourself could be, I mean, I'm sure you wouldn't want an over-the-top, like, I feel like you'd want a more grounded story, Ledge. Like something that's kind of like not like a power fantasy like what our manga is, but you can still, you know, put yourself into the character a little bit. And but yeah, definitely characters come first. Like one writing tip I heard that I thought was really cool was once you just know your characters, like the back of your hand, like you just completely understand your characters, the story writes itself because you know your characters so well. All you have to do is throw a situation or a conflict at them, and you know what your character is going to do already. So the story will write itself once you know your characters, like you're just one with your character. So it's like, well, if this happened, then this character would do this, that, and this to try to fix it, because I know my character good enough to know what they would do in this scenario. So I thought that was kind of a cool little tidbit I heard somewhere, that the story just writes itself if you perfectly understand your characters. Oh, like a seafaring tale. Yeah, that would be badass. Did you ever play that game, Ledge, that's like, I feel like it's like a drawing or something, but it's supposed to be a super good game, and it's like kind of creepy, and you're like on a boat, and I think it's all black and white. It's like a story-based game, I think. I never played it, but it looked really intriguing to me. Yeah, I'm not explaining it very well either. Maybe I'll try to find it one day. Yeah, it came out must have been like 6, 7 years ago, maybe just 5 years ago. Obra Dinn. Oh, Obra Dinn. Okay, maybe that's what I'm talking about. I have no idea. I just remember it was a game that looked really cool to me. But yeah, is it like black and white kind of a drawing or something? And you just, like, it's not like heavy on gameplay, it's more of like a walking sim type game, I'm guessing. I don't know, that's just kind of what popped in my head when you were talking about making your like Sailor Tale. But yeah, if you got themes in mind and you got, that's a good start. And then just think of your characters, because like for our manga, I mean, look at our themes: love, comedy, compassion, and then we got boobs as one of our main themes. And then horror. We want to do a horror story arc, just to kind of switch up the vibes a little bit. But then once you got your characters and like their goals and their wants and desires and their kind of conflicts and stuff, that's a good way to start your story. And then you can do your like plot points. And so like our first 5 chapters were just based around these plot points, and we're right here, like Medaka quits, like we're not even to that part, we're only on the 4th plot point on the 4th chapter. So like Medaka's upset about Yuzora, then Medaka fights with Sayaka and quits her job. It's like, how can we make this happen in the most interesting way? So of course Medaka gets upset with Yuzora because Yuzora's a total klutz and just destroys the entire shop and causes Medaka to have her like worst day of her life, like the most stressful day. Ooh, I like that. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, K&A. Yeah, just keep those like gears churning in your head, Ledge, and you never know what you might come up with. You could just like, because kind of putting yourself in that like mind state where you're kind of thinking about like your story all the time, it'll just happen. Like you won't be able to not make it if you just kind of build the habit of thinking about your story, and eventually that'll turn into sitting at your desk and working on your story, and then it'll still be like kind of like this kind of stuff where you're playing around with it, but then that will turn into the script, which will turn into the storyboard. So it's kind of like a very slow process. But if you just think about it, it'll happen. Or if you think about it as something you want to do, then it turns into something that you're gonna do, and then it's over from there. Yeah, so just keep thinking about how you want to do it, and that word "want" will turn into going to do it. And then at that point, there's like when I hit that point, it was pretty early on the process. I'm like, okay, because I had my manga partner Brian, and it was just like, yeah, I'm doing this not for just me, but also for him. So it was a little bit easier for me to say, yeah, I'm gonna we're gonna make this happen. So something about doing it for other people can help too. Like something you can like show your kids one day. It doesn't need to be like your manga partner. It can just be something like just to show it to someone, like, so kind of make it a bigger than yourself kind of thing too can help, because the amount of willpower you can gain from, like, say doing something for someone else is a little bit greater than just doing things for yourself. It's fun, but it wasn't all fun though. Okay, it was like kind of like, because I wanted to. It would have been more fun if I didn't put pressure on myself to make it the best I could make it, I guess. It's totally like it's fun, but it's more worthwhile than it is fun. Because it's a challenge and it's kind of like hard to sit down at a desk for like 2 hours every day after, when you kind of just want to like chill and play video games, or I don't know, I'm kind of just rambling now. Definitely the funnest things in life though are like challenging yourself. So it's like the fun is like more prominent after when you're getting up from the desk and you're like, fuck yeah, I made a little breakthrough, or like there's a bit of struggle in trying to learn something new, is kind of what I'm trying to say. But a struggle and a like triumph is almost a better feeling than just like plain old fun, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Ledge. That's a good quote. Yeah, you don't want to be complacent in your life. You don't want to. It's like old poodle preaching yet again. You don't want to just play video games and drink alcohol for 15 years because you get yourself in a bind. Yeah, well, good job. So you're already way better than I am. Well, I feel like I kind of cheated on this, but I gotta get to bed because I got a early wake up tomorrow. I'm going to go visit my grandma for Mother's Day, which is going to be really awesome. I'm pretty excited for that. And I took off. I mean, okay. I would if it wasn't for Grandma's Day tomorrow, I would have had to go to my job. I mean, I'm so greedy. I'm like almost. I'm like more excited about not having to go to work than getting to see my grandma. Shit, I didn't just say that. I did not just out myself as a total dickhead. Fuck. Damn it, erase what I just said. No, but I'm super psyched. It'll be fun seeing the like a little family get together, see grandma and some other people too. So yeah, gonna do that. This page is so bare bones, but I think it's okay. I think this will work. It's always weird though doing your thumbnails and you're like, is that really the best way to depict the scene? Like, is that how a movie, like you want to think of it, is that how a person who's making a cinematic film, is that the camera they would use? Is that how they would sequence things, all that kind of stuff? Are you going to include all the characters in, or who knows? Because there's a gajillion ways you can do it, so it's always like, I don't know. You're always thinking there must be a better way. Well, yeah, I'm gonna get off of here, dudes. I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out with me. With my hands. You guys have looked at my hands. Stop looking at my hands. Just stop it. I'm self-conscious. I'm self-conscious over here. Stop it, guys. Why are you watching me on stream? It's like I'm an attention seeker, but like also extremely self-conscious, so it's just like a constant tug and pull on my emotions. Ah. But yeah, let me just end the stream before I keep making a fool of myself, dudes. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. It was super fun. Let's just pretend like that is not there. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm ending stream. Thank you again, guys. Peace. Have a good night, everybody. Nighty night.